All right. Welcome to Inside the Logic, where we talk about the stuff you think about at 2 in the morning, but never actually Google, because you don't want your algorithm judging you. Like why you're tired all the time. Why can one text ruin your whole mood? Or why are you replaying arguments in the shower that ended 3 years ago? That's why today's episode is called Therapy Talk Without the Therapy Bill. Because, let's be honest, therapy can be amazing, life-changing, and sometimes necessary. But that price tag, woo! Some of y'all healing journeys got put on layaway the moment you saw $150 per session, and your insurance said, we can cover part of that emotionally. The fuck? Anyway, so today we're doing the next best thing, a free emotional tune-up. No clipboards, no couch, no intake form asking you to summarize your childhood trauma in 3 sentences or less. You know? Okay, let's start with the most dangerous question in human history. Are you good? Now, that question sounds simple, but it's loaded. 90% of people answer with, I'm fine. Meanwhile, their life is in the background like a building on fire, and they're calmly sipping coffee like, yeah, everything cool. But for real, we've mastered camouflaging responses. No honesty, just plain denial. Because I'm fine really means I don't have the energy to explain. I don't trust you with the real answer. Or I don't even know what I'm feeling yet. And most of us are running on one motivation left, my mind going in circles, and sleep is hard to find. But we keep pushing because adulthood says we still gotta show up. Bills don't care about your mental health, and emotional breakdowns are still not covered by PTO. So, if nobody's told you lately, being tired doesn't mean you're weak. It just means you've been carrying a lot quietly. Now, let's talk about feelings. Okay, so talking about emotions is wild because most of us were trained to avoid them, like telemarketers or your job on your day off. Hey, you ever tried to open up to somebody and they hit you with, damn, that's crazy. Anyway, my car made a funny sound this morning. You like, hello? I just emotionally undressed in front of you. Huh? Okay. The reason most don't talk about their feelings isn't because they don't have them. It's because they were never taught how. Some of us were taught growing up that we don't cry, don't complain, don't be dramatic, and don't be a burden. So, instead of processing emotions, we suppress them. And, avoiding emotions doesn't delete them. They just stack like dishes in the sink. And, the longer you ignore them, the taller they get, the messier they get. And eventually, they start smelling like a life lesson you've been postponing. So, here's where things get real. A lot of our adult problems are just childhood problems with adult responsibilities layered on top. Do you agree? The fear of confrontation, childhood. The urge to over explain yourself so nobody misunderstands you, childhood. The habit of putting everyone first and then feeling resentful about it later, yeah, childhood. And listen, this isn't about blaming parents, it's about recognizing patterns. And once you realize that, something shifts. You stop asking, what's wrong with me? And start asking, where did I learn this? And with that question comes growth. So here's your free therapy moment of the day. Accountability only feels like an attack when you're not ready to grow. Ooh, yeah. That one just set somebody down. Uh-huh. A lot of us don't need more motivation. We need more accountability. But being honest with yourself is like doing taxes. You know it's necessary. You know it'll help in the long run, but you will avoid it until the consequences show up uninvited. And growth, it isn't about perfection. It's about understanding patterns. Like, if you keep dating the same person, but with a different name, that's not bad luck. That's a lesson knocking louder. Hey, in reality, everybody thinks they're falling apart at times. But most of the time, you're just exhausted. Mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and socially. And hey, no shade, because sometimes the most healing thing you can do is take a nap. Drink some water. Hey, set a boundary. And stop arguing with strangers on the internet. Okay? I know that's hard. But no, rest is not laziness. Rest is maintenance. And self-maintenance should be a daily requirement because life doesn't automatically fix itself. Look, I know this ain't real therapy, and I'm not a therapist. But the truth is, we all need a space to be human, a space to admit we're tired, to say we don't have it all figured out, to acknowledge that growing up didn't come with instructions. And if nobody told you today, you're doing the best you can with what you have in the chapter you're in. And that is enough for right now. This is Inside the Logic, where therapy is real. And if you think you need it, please seek it. Until the next time, peace.